Welcome to the virtual college fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenter from Guilford College. Take it away.
Thanks, Anna. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. My name is Morgan, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at Guilford College in Greensboro, North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us to learn a little bit more about Guilford. So like I said, Guilford is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. Our campus is technically about 10 minutes away from downtown, which is what you see pictured in the photo here on the right of the screen. And we are part of a group of colleges within the city referred to as the Greater Greensboro Consortium. Basically what this means is that students that attend Guilford College and other local schools actually have the opportunity to take classes at varying schools throughout the city of Greensboro and the surrounding areas. So for students that have a wide variety of interest, or for students that plan to incorporate things like study abroad into their college experience, the consortium provides a wonderful opportunity for you to explore as many different types of college classes as you would like, and is a great perk of being here within the city. Students really enjoy living in the city of Greensboro. Although our campus is about 10 minutes away from downtown, we've got a lot of land on our campus. We have over 350 acres, a small lake, and also running and walking trails through our campus as well, and the Guilford College woods. We also have a tree in our woods that was a recognized stop on the Underground Railroad back in the early to mid 1800s. So there's a lot of rich history here at Guilford College within not only our campus, but also in the Guilford College woods. When students go off campus, they enjoy participating in things like the North Carolina Folk Festival, which happens in downtown every year, going to the Greensboro Coliseum for concerts or events, also going to places like the International Civil Rights Center and Museum, which is located in downtown, as well as the Tanger Center for the Performing Arts for symphony concerts, musical theater, and dance experiences. I mentioned just a little bit of the history of Guilford, but to start out from the very beginning, we were founded in 1837 by the Quakers, or the Society of Friends. We were originally named New Garden Boarding School, and our inaugural class had 25 men and 25 women. That actually makes Guilford the oldest co-ed boarding school in the South and the third oldest co-ed boarding school in the country. Although we are Quaker, students certainly do not have to be Quaker to attend Guilford. Actually, less than 10% of our current student body actually identify as Quaker. We don't require that students take any Quaker theology classes or attend any sort of like weekly meeting. But the biggest ways that students really experience our Quaker heritage on campus is through our first name basis and a common tradition on campus by taking just a moment of silence before the beginning of class or before the beginning of a meeting. It's actually traditional in Quaker spaces, whether that be a grade school, a college, or a congregation, for everybody to go by their first name. So we practice that at Guilford as well. So you just get to call your professors by their first name. It really helps to break down barriers between students and faculty. And it's also very chill. You know, you just go into class and you're like, hey, Morgan, instead of hello, Dr. So-and-so, or hello, Professor so-and-so. It's very chill, kind of relaxed and open environment on our campus. We do have 7 core values that are in line with our Quaker heritage as well. Those values are community, diversity, equality, excellence, integrity, justice, and stewardship. To tell you a little bit about kind of who makes up our college and where our students come from, we do have about 1,400 students that comprise our student body. So we're a small college, a small liberal arts college that really focuses on that personalized approach to each student's education. Our average class size is about 14, and our students come from 38 different states and 16 different countries. Certainly with a small class size, anywhere from 10 to 20 or so, on average of 14, students really have the opportunity to speak up in class, to learn from different perspectives in class, and to also really get to know their professors. Our student body is very diverse. We have about 40% students of color, so many different backgrounds and religious experiences represented within our student body as well, that you will certainly have the opportunity not only to learn about new things, but to become friends with people and listen to different perspectives, maybe different from how you grew up or what your experiences have been prior to attending college. We do have 41 different majors and 52 different minors on campus, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of kind of where the majority of our student body fall within our majors, our largest programs are business administration, psychology, biology and health sciences, criminal justice, and sports studies. We have a graduate program in criminal justice as well. When students come to Guilford, we actually have a large portion of students that haven't yet declared a major when they start their college experience. So you have until the end of your sophomore year to officially declare a major, but you will definitely be in the majority if you start out as undecided here at Guilford. What we do ask you to do is look at 4 different pathways and choose one that's of most interest to you. One of our pathways is our social and linguistic studies pathway. This features majors like history, religion, international studies, English and creative writing, and our foreign languages. Another pathway is our natural science studies. Natural science studies pathway is for students that are interested in majoring in the sciences, such as biology, health sciences, which is pre-med, pre-vet, pre-physical therapy, or pre-dentistry. Also majors like exercise science, chemistry, environmental studies. We also have a math management and technology pathway for students that are interested in going to majors like sports management, business, accounting, economics, and cyber and network security. And finally, we have an artistic and human studies pathway for students that are interested in going into things like psychology, art, music, theater, criminal justice, and education studies. We've also recently launched a new educational curriculum and experience here at Guilford called the Guilford Edge. The first tenet of the Edge is explore. So we want to provide our students the opportunity to get outside of the traditional classroom and to experience something new, to experience something hands-on and something non-traditional. Many of our learning experiences here at Guilford are based in listening and collaboration. Actually, we have a writing intensive curriculum as well. So there's kind of an exchange on campus for a little bit more writing, a little bit less traditional test taking, because skills like listening, collaboration, teamwork, and writing, those are skills that regardless of what job you choose or what field you choose to work in the future, those are essential skills. One of the ways that we really make sure that our non-traditional learning is incorporated into each semester is through our unique semester calendar. So as a student at Guilford, you will actually take one class that lasts for 3 weeks at the beginning of your fall semester and the end of your spring semester. Outside of the 3-week class, you will take 3 classes at the same time for 12 weeks. So you kind of have your 12-week traditional semester and your 3-week non-traditional semester. During the 3-week session, you can be here on campus taking a class, or there are opportunities to travel internationally through study abroad, travel domestically through study away, or to do an internship during that time. The second tenet of the Guilford Edge is discover. So we want to provide our students with the support that they need to discover their path for the future. One of the ways that we work to support our students is through our team-based advising approach. So each student is partnered with 2 Guilford guides throughout their time on campus. You will have one Guilford academic advising guide who will help you with things like class registration and identifying your passions and your strengths and turning those into a major. You'll also have a career advising guide, and that guide will help you with things like getting your resume up to par, applying for internships, and preparing for graduate school or entering the workforce upon your graduation. Each student is also partnered with a professor from their chosen program of study to serve them as an advisor as well. In addition to those three people, we also partner students with alumni and professional resources and peer mentors. In addition to your advising team, we also have lots of academic support services on campus, such as our Learning and Writing Center, where students can receive tutoring for any class, in addition to help with papers and essays. We also have our Accessibility Resource Center on campus, who will create a personalized accommodation plan for students that need accommodations either in the classroom or outside of the classroom in their living environment. The third tenet of the Guilford Edge is gain. So we want to give our students the opportunity to gain ethical leadership skills that you can take with you beyond your Guilford College experience. Our Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion on campus supports many of our leadership programs, such as our Multicultural Leadership Scholars Program, our Quaker Leadership Scholars Program, and our Bonner Center for Community Service and Learning. We also want to provide students the opportunity to gain on-the-job skills through internships. And finally, experience is the last tenet of the Guilford Edge. So as I mentioned earlier, we want to make sure that you're supported throughout your academic journey. Places like our Accessibility Resource Center, our Learning Commons and Writing Center are available for students for academic assistance. We also provide free mental health counseling on campus for each and every student. In addition to these support services, your experience at Guilford is shaped in many ways by what happens outside of the classroom. So things like clubs that you can be involved in, leadership experiences that you can have on campus, things that you can be involved in such as athletics or arts, and different campus traditions and campus experiences and campus events really play into your experience as a Guilford College student. We also encourage our student body to live on campus because that allows you to get more and more involved in the events happening here at Guilford. So we do have residential housing options for both our first-year students and upperclassmen students, including 2 first-year residence halls and 7 upperclassmen residence halls as well. Those range anywhere from community style, like the picture that you see on the left, or apartment style for our upperclassmen as well. Just to give you an idea of the types of clubs that we have on campus, we have over 50 student-led clubs. Those range from academic clubs like our Society of Physics students or our Pre-Law Advising Club, to religious-based clubs such as Guilford Christian Ministry, our Muslim Student Association, or our Jewish student group on campus. And also lots of different kind of social-based clubs or things that students share in common, things that students enjoy doing, such as our Community and Culture STEP team, our Cheer and Dance team, our Guilford College Outdoors Club, Ultimate Frisbee, or student government on campus. We also have a variety of different clubs that are actually led through our Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, such as Hispanos Unidos de Guilford, or HUG, or our Black Student Union on campus. If you are a student that's interested in participating in the arts, we have a lot of opportunities within the visual arts or the performing arts. Within our visual arts department, we specialize in ceramics, drawing, painting, photography, printmaking, and sculpture. And you do not have to be a major to participate in any of our arts opportunities on campus. You can be a major, a minor, or be majoring or minoring in something completely different, and you still have just as many opportunities through our arts at Guilford. If you're interested in music, we have a jazz ensemble on campus in addition to multiple jazz combos that we run each semester. One of our jazz combos playing at a local coffee shop is actually featured in the photo on the right. And we also have a classical guitar ensemble on campus, a mixed college choir, and also the Lumina Treble Ensemble, in addition to our Voices of Victory Gospel Choir. We also have an award-winning radio station on campus called WQFS, a theater department with a black box theater on campus, and some opportunities for students that are interested in being involved in English and creative writing through our newspaper and magazine on campus called the Guilfordian and the Greenleaf Review. In addition to the arts, we have many students that enjoy participating in athletics. You can be an athlete at the varsity level, or you can participate in club sports or intramural sports at Guilford. At the varsity level, we are Division III, NCAA Division III athletics, and we have sports like football, basketball, baseball, golf, softball, track and field, and the list goes on. To share a little bit about our application process at Guilford, you can apply to Guilford 3 ways. You can send the common application, the CFNC application, or the College Foundation of North Carolina application, or you can access the Guilford College application for admission through our website. And it is always free to apply to Guilford, whichever application system you choose. You don't ever have to worry about paying an application fee. When we read your application, in addition to taking a look at the information on that application, such as a summary of your extracurricular activities, your service work, your leadership experiences, and your personal essay, we also ask that you submit a copy of your transcript. We do look at weighted GPA, so we want to reward students for honors classes, AP classes, IB, or dual enrollment classes that you've challenged yourself with throughout high school. And then finally, we will also need you to submit either your SAT or ACT scores. If you choose to submit test scores, you can just email them to me. We do not have to have the official copies. Or if you choose to not submit test scores, that is a-okay with us. Guilford has been test optional for quite a few years now, so you don't have to worry about submitting scores if you haven't had an opportunity to take the test, or if you weren't too happy with your scores, that is a-okay. In lieu of your scores, you can choose to write an additional essay where you choose one of our core values, such as excellence or community or equality, and tell us what that value means to you. Or you can simply email me a paper that you wrote for a class in high school. It could be an English paper, a psychology essay, a history essay, anything that you've written for a class in high school. You can submit that to us as an additional writing sample, and that will take the place of the test scores on your application. December 1st is our early action deadline. So if you're thinking of applying to Guilford, definitely keep that date in mind because if we have your application and all of your application materials by December 1st, the latest that you'll receive your decision from us is December 31st. After the December 1st deadline, we go to a regular decision or rolling admission process. So once we receive your application and once it's complete, meaning that we have all of the necessary materials, you'll hear back from us within about 3 weeks. And when we read each student's application, we are looking at your application to immediately award you a merit scholarship. So we will look at your academics, your transcript, your weighted GPA, the rigor of courses that you've taken, but we will also take a look at your essay, your letters of recommendation, if you're able to submit those. And finally, we'll take a look at your extracurricular activities. So if you've participated in clubs at school, if you have community involvements, if you're an athlete, if you participate in music or theater, if you've had a job or if you hold significant family responsibilities, anything of that nature that you do outside of the classroom, certainly put those things on your application because it does play a part in your scholarship just as your academics do. If you are admitted to Guilford, you will automatically receive a scholarship. So every single student on our campus is receiving scholarship money to help bring down their cost of attendance at Guilford. Our merit scholarships range from $10,000 to $25,000 per year. And we also freeze our tuition, meaning that, as you go throughout your college experience as a freshman and then a sophomore, a junior, and a senior, that your cost of tuition doesn't rise. So this tuition freeze will make sure that your merit scholarship doesn't lose value as you grow into your college experience. In addition to your merit scholarship, we also have a few other scholarship opportunities that students can apply for, including our Bonner Leaders Program for students that have participated in a strong amount of community service throughout high school, our Quaker Leadership Scholars Program, for students that have a Quaker background or a strong religious background, and also our honors program for highly academic students. In addition to your application and potentially other scholarship applications, we also ask all of our applicants to fill out the FAFSA, or the free application for federal student aid. Once we're able to evaluate your FAFSA after we receive it, our financial aid office will be in touch with you to let you know if you qualify for other financial aid dollars. So you might qualify for things like federal student aid or federal student loans. You might qualify for state aid, or you might qualify for federal work study. And every little bit counts, everything matters. So the more information we can get to you regarding your financial aid options, the better. So we do ask our students to go through that process of filing the FAFSA. If you're not able to file the FAFSA, you can fill out Guilford's financial assessment worksheet in place of the FAFSA. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. If anyone has any follow-up questions, you're more than welcome to put those in the chat, or you're more than welcome to follow up with me via email at hillma2@guilford.edu, or phone call or text at 336-430-9328. Thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions, and in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at the same website where you registered. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.